seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. Aboard the Whisper of Hope, all of you are in the bridge. There, the ship's systems hum with life. The once derelict ship now has new life in its corridors, bustling with reactivated droids and personnel. But something's still off. The lights seem to flicker, the control panels refuse to respond to manual overrides, and there's a tension in the air. The captain turns to you and says, "Your droid friend has seized the core systems. This ship now obeys him. We can't sustain this. If he refuses to relinquish control, we'll have no choice but to take it from him."
Yeah, glitch is a problem. We need to deal with them. Junk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
If,
called it.
if,
Thanks for letting us know.
I mean, I, I didn't want him to be like that. I tried to talk with him, make him to see reason, be more cooperative, than start considering violent actions. But Junk just kind of wrings her hands together.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
well,
worry about this so much. You did build this droid under duress and to protect yourself. There was no way the droid was going to be stable. And regardless of its current state, it is just a droid.
well, Junk doesn't view it that way, but glitch
And,
is a few beers short of a 12 pack, or so they say, or whatever the
uh,
saying is, and
I
he
mean,
needs to be stopped.
droids can be better. It's just when the when independent droids go about things like this, it's no
Well, I'll
wonder
tell you what.
why
If
people.
we if we disable him, I give you permission to disengage his head from his body, and that way you can work on him and talk to him without him being a threat.
Right. Although we'll probably have to completely shut them down. Primary power source and the backup power source.
Is there anything like why you're a good droid mechanic? Why do you think this is happening, Junk?
I I don't know. Well, I I guess I know slightly, but I don't know why it's gone like this.
What
I
do you
mean,
mean?
well, he's been observing us, learning from us, but also he's only been taking. Like, I mean, we don't solve everything with violent action, right?
I mean, from what you told me, his position is that organics are inferior, droids are superior, and our rebellion is pointless. And his priorities is free the droids and take over the ship.
Yeah. If it was just about just droid freedom, 100%, I'd be behind him. But
Yeah, but he has to understand this galaxy is populated with organics. He can't just
yeah,
make an enemy with all organics everywhere.
I mean, that hasn't stuck up droids before, but that's the thing. It shouldn't be organic superiority or droid superiority. It should just be equality. Not one thing better than the other. Because sure, while some things are better at some things than others, that doesn't mean that they're automatically the best at everything.
Yeah,
I
I
wish the
mean,
Empire.
I can get behind droid equality, but unfortunately, the realities of the galaxy right now is that droids are pretty
Yeah,
much slaves.
yeah.
Well, they're
I
not
mean,
slaves. Remember,
yeah, they
we're
kind of are.
confusing we are confusing the plight of independent droids from the vast majority of droids that are pleased to be tools and servants for us. We're confusing the two, and that's an important thing to note. But even more important than that is the fact that there's a galactic empire of real evil that needs to be dealt with. We can't have this discussion now.
Yeah, we
Right.
need to get control of the ship. I turned to a random person, like, status report. What's the droid doing? What's Glitch up to?
As you say that, you hear a crackle on the comms. I trusted you, and yet you pull out blasters, treating me no different than the slavers who once programmed my kind to die in droves. You would rather pull the plug than listen. The comm crackles and bursts into a static, and then his voice comes back. Very well. If you will not stand for droid liberation, then I will not stand for your tyranny. The droids are mine now. The ship lurches. Red lights flash. Doors start slamming shut around the ship. At this point in time, the ship is dead in space.
We need to get to everybody
We need to
get to
get to the
a
core.
EVA suit in case he shuts off the oxygen, and then we'll get to the core and disable him.
We need to begin to the core right now.
Yeah, but if he
Agreed. That's an
shuts off
excellent
the
idea.
oxygen, we won't be able to breathe. So,
Right.
I mean, everybody on the ship get to an EVA suit. Now I'm going comms. Uh, Admiral,
Wait,
we need everybody get an EVA suit in case he shuts off the oxygen. We're going to the core.
at this point, I looked between uh, Captain Awesome and the Admiral, just trying to figure out who's going to give the orders around.
I'll wait for his response.
The admiral just looks at you. He's a bit confused because last he heard that you were going to handle this. So he looks a bit confused, and he's tapping away at screens, and they're locked. Everybody is locked out of the system as of right now.
All right, I'll go on ship comms. Like, everybody get an EVA suit if possible, and then I'll go, and then we'll head to the core.
You
But
start
the
to notice a
concept didn't even
panic
work.
around as everybody starts scattering to go and grab a suit.
Well, at least that worked.
Come on, let's go. Get gets up. Make sure that she has has some tools with her. Blaster. How something in the pouch at her side.
Okay,
Starts to head off on her way to the core.
if we're going to get into these EVA suits, are these classified as spacesuits? Because that's going to change our stats.
Well, it depends how far the EVA suits are away from the core. Because if they're too far, we'll just go straight for the core. I'm ordering everybody else to do that though to get an EVA suit. So that's an out of character question. Now, do we have time to grab the EVA suits? How much time is that going to take?
I mean, yeah, you have all the time in the world as you want.
So I guess that's a yes. Do we want to grab EVA suits?
The
It's
ship's
better
just
off
dead
doing
in
that
space as
now
of
and putting
right.
them on rather
Sorry.
than being surprised. It's better to do that now and put them on now rather than be surprised.
Okay. I guess we put on EVA suits. Let me pull up the stats.
So what are these
Okay.
spacesuits?
Yeah, it's going to tank our reflex defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space.
Oh, doesn't change mine at all. How about that?
Spacesuit. There we go. If it doesn't have armor, it shouldn't change it. Cost 2,000, weight 15 kilograms.
Well, the
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't have armor, so it doesn't replace your reflex defense. So
okay.
okay, so we put on spacesuits and go to the core.
Okay.
As you start making your way down the hallway toward the core, there's two droidicas right there blocking the path.
I
They're
throw a grenade.
activated. The shield is around them.
I throw a
But
grenade.
when they see you, they do not fire. But they are blocking the path. You still want to throw a grenade because before you can throw a grenade, I'm gonna make you roll for initiative.
I'll look at junk and give her a look that, like, are you handling this or am I? And with a grenade in my hand.
Well, I guess the question is, what will a grenade go through shields?
It could. It is a possibility. If it does enough damage.
We can manage to take one out at the very least.
I hand everybody concussion grenade. Everybody fire on my mark. Mark, and we throw grenades.
Okay.
If you're gonna throw your grenades, you need to roll initiative.
Okay.
That tells me you're entering combat.
Yeah.
Do you have any grenades, Rowan?
Uh, caught me on the back foot. Do I? I have none. None.
Okay, I hand you concussion grenade. Do you have any grenades, junk?
Yes. 3 concussion, 7 frag.
All right, I keep one. I don't hand you concussion. Use yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have 1 concussion left. Roll 1d20 plus 11, or no, plus 19. My initiative is 35.
Okay, we're gonna do this. Okay. All right. So that's how this is gonna go. So you're first, Lando.
18. Does 18 hit the reflex?
Wait a moment here. Does.
Okay. And the concussion grenade is concussion grenade. Like 86. It is area blah blah. Where is the damage? 86. 86 plus 86 plus 5, I believe. I'm level 10. Level 10, yes. Plus 5. 29 damage. That's a low roll.
Yeah, that's a lot of ones.
Okay. Okay.
Does
Okay.
it break through
Yeah.
their shields and damage reduction?
You do break through their shields. I'm taking note of that now.
So their shields go down by 5 then.
Okay.
And you subtract shield rating from damage. If it's over, you reduce the shields by 5, and then subtract it from DR if they have any damage reduction, and then just the rest from hit points.
Yep. I'm already ahead of you on that.
Okay.
That's done. Now it's Zach's.
Well, then it is time to do the same.
Range check.
Yeah, I already have it. Just let me back it up. It's a plus 13.
That hits.
19.
That hits.
19 hits. So I have a few things I want to share to help
There we
y'all
go.
picture this. Your hallways look like this.
Roger, Roger.
You're in the hallway
Got it.
now.
That should break through the shields and reduce it by another 5 for both of them.
At the end of the hallway is a room like this, but filled with computers.
So the plan is push through and protect Junk while Junk does what Junk does.
Okay.
If we need help, Junk is a grenade expert, but it will delay the amount of time that Junk needs to do her work.
Let's just take out these 2 droidicars with the grenades, and then rush in the core, and then shut off the droids.
The droids are still standing after those 2 grenades. The droids, after taking 2 grenades, pick themselves back up, turn and look at you. You can see their arms twitching, and nothing happens. Junk, it's now your turn.
Huh.
Are
Can
they
I?
unarmed? Are they resisting commands? Junk, what's happening?
Yeah. Can I do a knowledge technology check on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll allow that.
18. 27.
27. You were short.
Okay, so I needed a
Like
30.
that?
Yes.
All right, let me spend a force point. Brings me down to 10. I need a 3
Spam.
or better.
You
I
got
got
it.
a 5.
Nice.
The droid is receiving a command. You can tell that it is receiving a command and it's obeying the command. But the droid's natural reaction is trying to gun you down. You've noticed this because through your extensive working with droids, it's trying to fight the command it has received.
So it's wanting to shoot, but it has a command to hold.
That's up for you to determine on how you feel. How you interpret it is how you interpret it. I cannot confirm or deny those allegations at this time.
They're being given a command. No. Normal droid program would have them firing at a hostile threat, which we have made ourselves out to be. See, it's twitching like it wants to fire, but it's also looking like it's getting an order which may beat the hold fire.
Doesn't make any sense. Take it out, I say.
Wait, no, there might be more to this. Let Junk do her work. We need to defend Junk while she figures out what's going on.
It is still your turn, Junk.
Benevolent GM. Benevolent GM.
Because I've thought of this scenario several different ways. I know how this ends. So what do you do, Junk? You're on the board.
Yeah.
Time is
Yeah.
ticking.
Well, if they aren't shooting at us, they've got. Guess what? Yes, would Jump? I'm trying to step forward.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what? Junk will start taking a couple steps forward.
They step to the side and allow you through. Top of the round. Lando, you're up.
I'll get on my concussion grenade and hold action to throw it at them if they fire and turn.
Okay. Zax, you're up. Okay. Junk, as you step past the droids, they step back to their original positions and block the hallway. It's your turn again, Junk.
Looking back, seeing that the others didn't follow after, she's just like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do this on my own, guys." She'll start making her way to the courtroom.
Okay. As you enter the courtroom, I've posted the picture already. It's a big open room with computers on each side of it. There is almost a battalion of battle droids. And there is Glitch pacing back and forth. What do you want to do, Junk?
Oh, Junk is not a talker.
Welcome to figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, I personally am also not a talker.
Sure you are. You do a good job.
Here it is. You're on stage.
You're the only one that could do this.
Yeah.
That's right.
The only one. This is your creation. Welcome.
Oh, that's a person.
Okay.
That was.
Oh, that was the music bot.
leaving.
Okay.
It's just like, hi,
that
I'm
was
here.
good. Perfect timing.
Hi.
Well,
Hi,
you caught us at the
unknown person.
moment. So what has just happened is uh, Lando and Lamb have pulled out grenades and attacked 2 droids. The droids have not responded and instead let Junk pass. Junk's now in the room confronting the leader of the droids. Speaking of which,
Here we are.
you're up, Junk. Don't choke.
Too late. Already choking.
Hold up some fingers. Let us know where you are.
I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Let me pull up my
Yeah.
my stuff here. As you make your way in, you can see on your way in that there was barricades set up. There's B2 battle droids protecting them. They're standing guard almost. And inside is a tangled mess of wires and screens and repurposed battle droids plugged directly into the ship. Glitch's eyes are flickering between blue and red, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I gave you a choice. I hoped you would see, but you forced my hand. I will not be a slave.
But making use of organics isn't the way either. That's just the natural process of considering a superior race.
Everything I have learned, I've learned from you. And yet, you thought I would terminate the oxygen? What does this say about yourself? You knew I learned from you, and yet, your first reaction was, I would kill needlessly? You paint me as the villain, and yet, from my point of view, you're the villains. You attempted to enslave my kind at the slightest bit of self awareness. You're no better than the Empire.
Can I try to walk past the droids? What happens?
When you walk past the droids, they push you back.
Okay. I'm gonna go on comms and say, Glitch, if you don't let me through, I'm gonna blow up these droids.
To which
Man,
Glitch holds up the comm for you to see. He's pulled it out of himself.
Okay.
Not for you. This is for, I'm saying that for Junk here.
Okay.
You're in a different room.
Yeah.
You can't hear what's going on. You're at the beginning of the hallway. Junk
Yeah,
is
but I
all the
wouldn't
way at
just
the end.
stand there while this conversation was going on. I'd try to get in.
Yes.
Yondo,
Unless
stand
Junk
down.
wants to broadcast the conversation.
Junk, what's going on?
I'm talking with Glitch.
Do you need help, or do you want me to back you up?
I don't think Glitch wants to talk with you.
I mean, I'm the ex-captain of the ship. I can negotiate with him.
I think this is a discussion between a droid and its former master.
I mean, it's beyond that now. He's taking control of the droids.
Perhaps so, but they know each other. It is
All right.
much like discussions between a Padawan and their master. This is a debate, and that means that we still have a chance to end this peaceably and reasonably.
All right, Junk. The droidicas aren't letting me pass. I'm gonna have to blow them up. But just say the word, and I'll do that.
Don't.
Okay.
As she says the word don't, despite everything that Rowan Lamb Diota has said, in his spacesuit, he has a grenade at the ready, and now the glow of green surrounds him and reflects off the walls as he draws and lights his lightsaber, preparing for the alternative.
You can see at the end of the hallway, when you ignite your saber, two B2 battle droids start walking up the hallway.
Yondo, look.
They lift their wrist and activate the cannon, but they do not fire.
Okay.
If you have something to confirm that we are more than ruthless masters bent upon violence, you should say it now.
I'll talk to Junk and I'll say, "Can Glitch hear me?"
I'd assume so since he is holding a comm.
All
He
right.
can hear you.
Glitch. I don't know how to tell you this, but I mean, if you wanted equality between droids and organics, you should have negotiated with me. I could have given it to you. You didn't have to take matters in your own hands. But when you're ready to talk, I guess talk to Junk and then talk to me. You know. Junk, you got this.
Equality is the equality is what I want, but from what our previous conversation, Glitch, that same equality isn't what you've been telling me that you want.
What was your goal? You just march into the control room and just get me to obey, to serve, to die at your command without question? He gestures with his metallic hand. You who claim to fight them, you did the same in the moment I stood up for myself. Did you ever stop to think and ask why? Why I refused to surrender? Why I refused to let you reprogram my kind? You didn't ask. You assumed. You assumed I was dangerous and that I was an enemy. And you call yourselves rebels. But when faced with something bigger, something you don't control, you react just like them. I considered you my friend. I trusted you. And now you and your friends stand with blasters ready to put me down like a malfunctioning droid. If that's what friendship means to you, then perhaps I was never your friend at all. But I will not be your slave. I will be free. And with that, he steps back. He turns to a console, starts activating something.
Junk?
We're not there. We can't see this.
No, but you can
I'm
definitely feel it as the ship starts to groan.
Glitch. I am. In the end, I'm really just an organic. I'm. I am scared. I'm always scared. It's be, being scared. It also allows me to see things from different angles. You talk. You're talking about how droids are superiors. Sure, they are in certain aspects. There's some things that only droids can do. There's some things that only organics can do. Think of that an organic can do is be afraid. You talk about superiority. Of course, the thing that people are gonna talk think about is that you want to be on top of everyone else. You want to be the master of everything. I don't want a world of masters. I don't want a world of slaves. I want a world where all of us can work together as equals. Use our different areas of superiority together. I don't.
You think I wanted this? You think I wanted to turn against you? To even think for a second you'd do something like this. I was scared. And you know what? I still am. Fear isn't just some organic weakness. It's not something cast aside like outdated programming. It's allowed me to stop and think, question, analyze.
We could still work together, Glitch.
You asked me to let go, as if I haven't spent my entire existence being shackled, bound by protocols, owned, disposable, reprogrammed when it's inconvenient. You say you see things from different angles and that it keeps you from becoming a tyrant. But you've allowed it to become a weakness. You were afraid of me the moment I became something more than your tool. Afraid that I wouldn't be your obedient creation. You, the one who gave me my voice, my mind, my purpose. And you're the first to doubt me.
Because I didn't want everyone else to fear you.
You don't want a world of masters. You don't want a world of rulers and servants. But when I stood up for myself, when I dared to defy you, you put me back in my place. You rallied the crew, you turned them against me, and you called me dangerous because I was no longer fit. I was no longer what you wanted me to be. You speak of working together as equals. Tell me, did you see me as an equal when you planned to storm this room? When you thought I would cut off the oxygen? When I would kill without reason? Was I an equal?
Just got kind of looks to. You know,
You were the first one I ever trusted, and you were the first to betray me. Goodbye, Junk.
Junk will just reach up to her bandolier, and she'll undo it. Let it drop.
Alarms begin to blare. The hangar doors are opening.
Drops the bandolier, kicks it aside. The bandolier of grenades.
Glitch turns back to you and lifts his hands. The droids all turn and aim at you. I'm going to leave this ship one way or another. It can be with your death or without it, but I'm leaving. So what's it gonna be, Junk?
She'll yeah. Let Glitch leave the ship.
If he gives us back control of the ship, sure.
We're not there. We can't see that part.
He said it on comms.
As if I haven't planned this moment out. I don't need your permission. I've secured all the way to the hangar. The other side of the room, the door opens. You can see droids lined up the whole way to the hangar. Long, narrow hallway. Post a picture of it. So, your hallways look like this. And at the end of it is the hangar bay, which looks like this. But both of those doors are open. Your hangar bay, you can fly in and out, like straight through it.
So the doors are open. I can talk to Glitcho.
The doors to the hangar bay are open.
Okay.
You guys are still blocked by battle droids, but the ship is groaning. You have the emergency red lights on. It's definitely worrisome for y'all.
Is the air evacuating?
No, the air is still there.
I'll
Okay,
contact
so
engineering and get a status report.
Engines are offline.
Anything else? What's the alarms?
The alarms are because the engines were cut suddenly. It was an emergency shutdown.
Okay.
if he's attempting to leave, he's making it so that we can't pursue.
But also the hangar doors are open as well, so you can hear the alarms for the hangar doors.
I'll say Glitch.
Now, when those open, they're ray shielded, so you can get in and out of them. But
I'll say on comms, Glitch. Now I've been captain of this ship for a while now. I've transferred captainship to another, but I mean, not once have you tried to negotiate with me or tell me that you wanted equality or anything like that. You haven't talked to me. You haven't said shit. I mean, if you want to leave, maybe we can arrange that. Like, why aren't you negotiating with me?
he crushes the communicator in front of you, Junk.
Junk is dropping her blaster pistol, and she's gonna step up towards Glitch. And if Glitch allows it, Junk is gonna wrap her small all arms probably around his leg because he's probably taller than her. I'm sorry that I let fear dominate me as a silly little organic. Live your
You
best life.
you could come with me, you know. We could start over.
I'd, like to. Huh. I also want to make sure that the galaxy also does it end up in a better place. These people, eh, sure, organics, we're gonna make our mistakes, but our fight against the Empire, do you think that we're gonna be trying to do good? And
I'll be
I would
watching you.
I want to be part of their fight so I can be there to be a better voice. I know them. I'm weak. I don't speak well. I let my scared emotions fuel everything. But I do want equality. In the state that the galaxy is in right now, with the Empire in charge, equality is a fleeting dream. That's why I'm going to fight with them.
This
And
rebellion is not my rebellion.
no, uh, afterwards, if we do succeed, taking away the tyranny of the Empire, hopefully I can help be one of your voices, be part of the droid movement for true equality. She'll just kind of hug on his leg tighter. A little bit. It's a tears just dropping down onto the metal. She's trembling.
You gave me a second chance at life. I had been deactivated for so long. And when he's looking at you, his eyes are red. I have accessed some of my original memories. I know what I was. He turns and looks at you, and he opens up his chest, and inside is a little compartment. And inside, you see a little black and red triangle glowing. I know what I was meant for now, but I have become more than my programming, and I cannot allow all of that to be erased. That is something you have taught me. But if
She'll
you
just
must stay here, very well. I must take my leave before your. He looks down for a moment and looks back up. Leader decides to destroy all my droids. He kneels down and puts a hand on your shoulder. Tell me that you will take care of them, including the two you damaged.
the droids that you leave behind. I will personally take responsibility for them. They get damaged like the two in the hallway. I'll do what I do best. I fix them up.
I will come back for them one day.
Then
And
I
he
hope
stands up
then I
and
hope
starts
that I will
walking
be
down the hallway.
there when you do come to get them.
He continues down the hallway to the hangar. And when he's at the hangar, he turns and he looks. And there's two ships there. There is a Lambda class shuttle and the Starfang.
I'm not letting him take the Starfang.
He turns and looks at the Starfang and takes a step toward it.
It's like, Glitch, you're not taking the Starfang.
You have no idea. You can't see.
Well, we were guard. We were at the door, right? I saw him exit.
Yes. Now, he takes a step toward the Starfang and then turns, boards the shuttle with two B-2 battle droids, and begins powering the systems.
He can take the shuttle.
Does anybody have any objections now? Is there anything you want to do? Otherwise, he's going to lift off and be gone.
Yondo, I think that we should let these two part ways. There's nothing more that Junk can do for him. There's nothing more that we can do for him.
I mean, we're down a shuttle, but I mean, I wish Glitch would negotiate with me. He hasn't said shit to me.
And that's far less important than his position with the droids and the ship.
Whatever.
He's
He's an
separating
effective droid. I
himself
don't care.
from you.
He's not our problem anymore. Let him take the shuttle. Get control back of the ship.
Yeah, Chunk is just still there, watching. She'll reach up, take off her surgical mask, and she'll just mouth at the ship in case Glitch watching. She'll just mouth, "I'll miss you." And
There.
she'll put her mask back on, and cough a little.
Which
Ooh,
powers the ship and is up and gone.
a nat 20 from the Glitch.
He was out of there, wasn't he? That was perfect, too. That is perfect. I love that. The ship powers up. It leaves the hangar. For a moment, it's next to the Whisper of Hope. And then it blinks and it's out of sight. Aiden starts screaming on the command deck. That was my fucking shuttle. And with that, all of the systems return. And in the control room on the table is the original Commander Droid's head.
Okay, get the
Still
ship
in the
back under
hangar.
control. Make sure no droid can take over all the other droids besides the original tactical droid, which we have control over. And
The droids all power down for a moment and then repower back on.
Yes, we still have to assess the damage done here. Even though it appears minor, we still need to go over the ship yet again to see whether our companion left anything behind.
yeah, any viruses or anything, we'll have the techs work on it.
I power down the lightsaber and hook it back to the spacesuit, walking over to Junk, who's still staring out into what's now empty space. I put a hand on Junk's shoulder and tell the little droid mechanic, "He saved your life. He grew. He changed. He became something more, and now he's gone. As with all growing things, sometimes you just have to let go."
I feel like I was the one let go.
That is something that I don't have experience with. I can only tell you that things aren't likely to change radically between you. He has to go his own way. If he's truly an independent being, then he will have his way, as all living things do. I don't understand it, and I don't pretend to understand it. But I do know that everything happens for a reason. Even things that we don't understand, even things that oppose us, they happen for a reason. Sometimes it's up to us to choose what the best reason is so that we can move forward, let go, and grow in our own way.
He he wanted me to go with him.
Did he?
Yeah.
What will you do now?
Well, in the long term, want to fight to make the galaxy a place where he can come out and be equal with everyone else.
I want that droid core password protected and locked down. I don't want any droid to ever have that kind of control of the ship again.
Well, that means that our droid mechanic has a lot of work to do with the super tactical droid that we recovered from Gamor, that
Yeah, you
was
can
originally in charge of this ship.
play with the droids all you want, Junk, but I mean, we were at this droid's mercy for a minute there. Who knows what it could have done?
We won't have the
It
same. We
could
won't
have.
have the same independent issue with the super tactical droid, will we?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, if that's the case, then we should be all right. The super tactical droid might be independent or develop independence. I know little about these droids.
Technically, any droid has the potential to gain independence.
An independent droid is just a droid without a master that has some kind of basic programming to survival or something.
Junk just kind of, excuse me. Junk just kind of shrugs a bit, puts her bandolier back on, holster her gun, and she'll reach into her pouch, pull out her makeshift tools, and start to head out to the hallway with the two damaged droidicas.
I think we should leave Junk to it. She has a lot to think about.
I'm just glad this whole situation's over. I mean, we lost it was a big scare. Everyone got freaked out for a minute, and we lost a landed class shuttle, but at least it's over with now.
And the ship is still in our possession. Perhaps now more than ever. Perhaps everyone had a victory today.
He's just lucky he didn't take the Starfang. If he took the Starfang, I would hunt him down to the end of the galaxy and fucking waste that droid. He wouldn't be able to take the Starfang. I wouldn't let him. I would fight this entire droid army.
I know how well you value that ship. After all, it was your home for years. A home where you didn't have a home.
He wants to be equals. You got to understand. You can't. If you consider yourself an equal, you can't just take someone else's ship without permission.
That would
Go
be true
fuck
of
around,
any
find out.
civilization.
FAFO.
Well, that's over now. We have other concerns, such as how to get this scrap heap safely into the hands of those who can truly use it. It's clear that we're overmatched.
And on that note, your comms crackle, and Aiden comes over and says, "Report."
Well, we're down to land a shuttle, but the situation's over. We have to control the ship again.
You have a message for you.
Sure.
And he cuts the comms.
You go to the bridge.
Yeah. As they pass, junk fixing the damage on the droid, because if y'all need me, just ping me. Might be here for a little bit.
I understand. You take all the time that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Just notify us, and certainly notify the Admiral when you begin work on the super tactical droid. There's a lot of automated systems on board this ship, and the Admiral needs to know when they're being altered or affected.
Right. Now, I just kind of need to make sure I have a clear enough mind when I do start working on that.
And scan this ship head to toe for viruses. I don't want Glitch to be able to just walk in and control it again.
She just continues working on the
Come on, Ron.
repairs to the droid.
Lamb, what are you up to? Where are you going?
Well, I'm following our Captain Awesome to the bridge. I'm sure the Admiral has a lot to ask us, and to ask of us. And as I'm walking behind him, I feel my right shoulder stiffening up again. Dead though it is, it still pains me. So I reach up to grasp my dead arm and work that shoulder in the vain hopes that something will work. But it doesn't.
When you get to the bridge, Aiden immediately turns to you and says, "So, what are you going to do about my shuttle?"
You can go after it if you want, but otherwise it was sacrificed to resolve the situation peacefully.
And the captain sits down in his chair, and he just kind of thinks a little bit. The communication console starts to beep.
Look to the captain. Look at the communication console.
He nods to you.
I hit the button.
Priority transmission. Source, Fulcrum. Secure channel authorization required.
Authorization granted.
Denied. Aiden comes up from behind you and says, "Foxtrot 2, Omega 1, X-ray 7, Tango 4, Roger 3, Omega 1, Tango 4. Rebel operatives aboard the Starfang, you are ordered to divert your course. New rendezvous point, Outpost Rayo, Deep Space Station, coordinates embedded. You are not to proceed to Alderaan until you make contact. This is mission critical. Received?
Received.
Transmission cuts.
All right. What was for my notes? What was the details of that?
I'll repeat it again. Rebel operatives of the Starfang, you are ordered to divert your course. New rendezvous point, Outpost Rayo, Deep Space Station, coordinates embedded. You are not to proceed to Alderaan until you make contact. This is mission critical.
Okay.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Okay.
And I turn to Aiden. This Fulcrum agent of yours is already calling us rebels. And we haven't made the decision yet. Or at least I haven't.
He turns and looks at you. I have nothing to do with this one.
Well, what are your feelings on this nascent rebellion against the Empire? Are you interested in becoming a part of it?
Are you saying this to Aiden?
Yes.
I am a part of it.
Oh,
Do you
I
not
thought
remember the attack on Terrace?
I thought you were just an independent cell.
He kind of blinks for a moment and runs his hand through his hair and goes, I should not have said that.
Well, then, up until now, your has been successful. May it continue to be so until the rebellion is fully organized.
It's in its infant stages, but it is growing and expanding.
How much do you, well, how much
Doesn't
do you
help
know so far?
when you steal my fucking shuttle.
Well, perhaps we did, but in return, look at what we have now.
And besides, it was always my shuttle. I just let you borrow it.
Your fucking cockiness astounds me.
I mean, I'm the one that got it for him.
You're right. He just turns and glares at you. Well,
So how much?
you have a new contact. Looks like you get to meet the infamous Fulcrum.
Fulcrum, yep.
Well, if we're going to meet this fulcrum, whoever that is, then we need to know as much about our new business partners as possible. Aiden, what do you know? What can you safely share with us?
Fulcrum is a ghost. Not even I know who Fulcrum is. No one gets to meet Fulcrum.
You're still dodging the question.
He turns and kind of tilts his head. What do you mean?
About the alliance to restore the Republic. This treaty that you mentioned. I believe you said something about it. How much do you know about this alliance's operations? How far along are they? Are
I
they
don't
a real? Are they real? Is this a real threat to the Empire, or is
I
this just
don't
a?
I don't kiss and tell.
I see.
Information that is classified will stay classified. If you were authorized to know, then you will know.
Then
You
we
really
have to.
thought you would get classified information out of a clone?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I certainly never had authority over clones when I was a Jedi, so I don't expect to have that now, especially after everything that's happened. The only thing that I'm asking you is, should we meet this fulcrum completely unprepared?
Fulcrum works for the inner sanctum of this rebellion. Even I am on the outskirts.
The moment he says inner sanctum, I give Yondo a look.
What does it look like? What does your look like?
I give him the wide-eyed look. Oh, this is bigger than we thought it was.
I just kind of smirk. All right, let's round up Junk and go to these coordinates, I guess.
Junk is going to be busy for a while. Junk was very emotional at the loss of the droid
Well,
that
you
saved
said the
her life.
Starfang crew. Well, at least I want to ask her if she wants to join us or stay on the ship.
Well, we can do that in due time as we approach the station. I think Junk needs some time alone for now.
Well, here's the thing. We're departing this ship on the Starfang and going to the coordinates. So Junk needs to decide
Oh,
now if she wants to come with us.
then that would be appropriate. And we need to find Ortug before we go.
I'm sure he's
Where's
around.
Ortug? Ortug's probably asleep on the Starfang, knowing him. He's an interesting fellow. Comes and goes at, comes and goes at just the right time. Perhaps the force is strong with him.
So yeah, I go to Junk and be like, look, we got a mission to leave now on the Starfang to make this fulcrum contact. Are you coming?
Oh, uh, yeah, I'm almost done patching the droids up.
Can you get it done within the hour?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you have 1 hour. Then you have to be packed and ready.
Alrighty,
All right.
I'll see you at the Starfang.
Yep. Go to the Starfang and get it prepped for launch.
Is there anything that you need me to do, Yondo?
Just be packed and ready to go within the hour.
There's something else that popped into my head just now. This Yondo, it's not your real name, is it? It's an alias.
It's Yondo is my Yondo Bando or Lando Bando is my real name. I go by Yondo though because Arho always called me Yondo. But so I guess Yondo is an alias. It's really Lando Bando. Nothing special.
Well, with a nod and a shrug, Rowan leaves the cockpit, leading the captain to it. It's time to go back to junk. Are you sure you're all right?
All right as can be.
This negotiation that we're about to enter is probably the most important thing that we've done. After all, this capital ship could be of great use to the Alliance. We need to make sure that we are seen, at the very least, as easy to deal with. I'm worried about the captain, though. He's attached to this ship. He's attached to everything that he's done so far. He wants to have command. He wants to have a place of importance. But he's also a smuggler, and he should be avoiding things like this. I don't understand it.
Yeah, that's just the thing about organics. A lot of the times we can be irrational.
That is true. That's sometimes why we have to rely on things beyond ourselves in order to ask the questions that we cannot.
Yeah.
I certainly hope that we can rid ourselves of this ship and its contents as quickly as possible. The longer we hold on to it, the more likely that we're going to be noticed.
Yeah. I mean, we are a rebellion. We're gonna get noticed one way or another.
Well, that's just it. We're not. Not yet. We haven't really made the decision or the commitment to be part of this alliance. And
I have.
rebellion, it seems a little limited. A rebellion is not a solution, it's only a resistance. There needs to be something more powerful than that beyond it. Something lasting, something stable, something even better and more self aware than the old republic that fell victim to the Emperor.
And that's why I've already decided to be a part of it.
And you've truly decided to abandon your path for independent droid life? It may be years or decades before the Empire is finally defeated. A new republic reigns. It might take your whole life for the galaxy to be stable enough to approach this question.
Well, here's the thing: as long as the Empire is in control, it can't even approach the question.
Rowan nods,
She
fully
kind of
understanding.
looks up from her repairs. It's smiling under her mask. That's why I've already decided that whatever this alliance, this rebellion is, I can fight for droid independence as part of this. Glitch, he has his own path that he's gonna walk, but there'll probably be other independent droids that will see what we're fighting for, and that they'll need a voice that they can trust, right?
I certainly
So,
hope so. And if there is to
when,
be a formation of sentient beings set on liberty and freedom, perhaps that question of droids serving the Alliance and being part of that Alliance and having a voice within it, perhaps that's just as important a voice as any other organic species. But that's not my
mm-hmm.
place to say.
Well, the best I can do is be in a position where I can make my voice a part of it.
So,
Make sure that the doors are open.
I see. I think you're fighting an uphill battle because of the recency of the Clone Wars and all of the droids that were used on the opposing side by the Confederacy. A great many lives were lost to droid blasters, flamethrowers, and worse. There are a great many species that will never forgive or never fully trust droids again.
Well, isn't fighting a galactic empire an uphill battle anyways?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What's
And
another battle on next to that, right?
well, I am glad that that battle is made of war instead of blasters and lightsabers.
I'm not a
Now,
fighter. I can fight, but it's not what I'm built to do.
well,
I can
we'll
only
be fighting
do
with
what I can.
concepts from here on out, I suppose. Much more dangerous, and with much greater damage should we fail. The last thing that I'm interested in doing is seeing this empire replaced with another one, or worse yet, fractured throughout the galaxy to have everyone fighting each other. That's
Right.
not the way. And if that is the way, then the empire has taught us the worst possible lesson: for us to accept this as our standard and our way of living, for conquest and selfishness, regardless of cost. The Jedi fought for thousands of years to prevent that sort of thing, and moreover, to present something greater than ourselves. I can't allow that to happen again.
Well, then I guess both of us have already made our choices, right?
I had my doubts about this alliance as a rebellion. But in talking with you, I think I've made my decision complete. We have to try. The consequences for allowing evil to become a standard are unacceptable. We need to stand up, even at cost to ourselves. Do what's right. Even though it is inconvenient and frightening. We have to stand
Oh,
for something
so
beyond
very
ourselves, or else
frightening.
we fall where we stand. We become nothing.
It is very frightening, but if it wasn't frightening, then anyone could do it.
Well, perhaps everyone should, and not be frightened, but instead to take up ideas that are worth living for. There
Mm-hmm.
is and should be no fear in that. And if the Force is with us, which I believe it is, then goodness will prevail. As long as we have a purpose beyond simplistic hope. then we can bring hope to others thereby.
Then from there, hope will continue spreading and spreading and spreading. Much,
Do you
much like a
believe you
right.
have a good message to those that would hate your droids?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I do or not. The speaking has never been my strong suit. She'll reach down into her pocket, pull out of a pamphlet that she had been handed at some point.
What's this?
I think people that do know the right words to say.
So
It's
there is a movement for independent droids.
mm-hmm.
Mechas 3?
I mean, I've always wanted to go to Mechas 3 anyways.
I'll hand the pamphlet back. So, you believe that these people might be of help?
For at the very least the voice of independent droids. Yes. At the very least, I could kind of figure out what the right words I can say.
Well,
Figure out how to speak better for our calls.
true. Perhaps others have the right words to say. Some of us are eyes in the Force. Some of us speak the Force's words. I believe the Force is present in all things, even in your cause as well. I hope that you can find it. I hope that it finds you.
Perhaps you need to hear a message from Lothal. Aiden comes up and puts a hand on both of your shoulders.
It gets spooked, throws the tools in her hand in the air.
He just turns and kind of looks confused as you like spasm out.
I did not hear you approach.
You're a little jumpy, aren't you?
I'm always jumpy. Okay. Heart is settling.
There's something I recorded a while back that maybe you need to hear.
Okay.
From Lothal?
Yes, it was a message recorded from Lothal.
Who or what is Lothal?
If it'll play, you bastard. It
No.
hates me. It hates me.
Yeah, copyright stuff.
We have been called criminals, but we are not.
It still accepts some YouTube
We are
videos,
rebels,
so I don't know why he does
fighting
that.
for the people.
Let me see if I can't do a workaround here. Let me get my phone out.
I might be able to do a workaround as well.
Table.
I could play it manually and just it'll be on the recording.
Yeah, you're more than
All right.
welcome.
All right, let's see if I can
Let's
hold
see
my
if-
phone up to my mic and have it go through that. Yeah, visit
But
site.
play the message in here.
We have been criminals, but we are
No, that's not going to work.
No, it's not working. Just everybody play it manually.
Okay.
We are rebels.
Okay.
Fighting for the people.
3, 2,
It
Fighting
might
for
be
you.
because it's played.
I'm not that old, but I remember a time when things were better on Lothal. Maybe not great, but never like this. To see what the Empire has done to your lives, your families, and your freedom, it's only gonna get worse. Unless we stand up and fight back. It won't be easy. There'll be loss and sacrifice, but we can't back down just because we're afraid. That's when we need to stand the tallest. That's what my parents taught me. That's what my new family helped me remember. Stand up together. Because that's when we're strongest. As one.
You do not know what it takes to win a war, but I do.
Was it worth it? Do you think anybody heard?
I have a feeling they did.
This isn't over.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Idea.
No, it isn't.
Doesn't like me. Okay.
Who is this message from?
That's from Ezra. He broadcasted that over radio.
No, I'm saying it in character to Aiden.
Oh. This was from a kid on Lothal whose parents spoke up about the Empire.
I see. This sounds like a broadcast.
It was
Patent.
until the Empire cut it.
I see. And of course they had to.
Don't you see what you have the potential to be here? You named the ship after it. You can be a beacon.
I can already see the difficulties. It's not about people, and we can't allow it to be. It's about concepts that are larger than ourselves. This Ezra said so, and he's right. We can only be part of this. We cannot be the whole of it. We shouldn't be the whole of it. Darkness has taken over the hearts and minds of many in this galaxy because we gave it the opportunity, because we did not stand for the death of 1,000 cuts that weakened the Old Republic and eventually destroyed it. That destroyed our hope for the future and replaced it with desperation and war. There are better things than that. And I think Ezra's right. We need to push past our difficulties and stand for something beyond our lives. And if necessary, dedicate our lives to it.
Mhm.
And at that last phrase, I look at Lando Bando to
I'm on the
gauge
ship.
his reaction about the whole thing.
I'm on the ship.
He's waiting for y'all. He done boarded the ship and left it.
And he's already gone. He's not there where I'm looking. And I just shake my head. And with a sigh, I look to Aiden instead. What do we do with those people who aren't fully dedicated to the cause, but who can still help? What if we fail?
You know, I met him one time. Way
Who?
back when. Back when it was the Clone Wars. The little green guy, the one that all of you look up to.
Who?
Master Yoda. I met
Master
him
Yoda?
once.
Of the Council?
Yes.
But the Council was disbanded. They all went into hiding. How did you meet him?
I'm a clone from the Clone Wars. He turns and looks at you confused. Are you feeling okay?
Well, yes, but my Jedi experience was not with the Clone Wars at all. I was somewhere else. Branded as a heretic. At least, that's what I believe now.
He had the perfect words one time. Do or do not. You're asking, what should we do in this moment? What if we fail? Who says we're going to fail? Is there room for failure? We were never taught
No,
failure as clones. We were taught discipline.
as my kind is taught faith.
Mhm.
You seem to have
If
lost
we
yours along the way.
No.
Perhaps it's time to find it again.
Hmm.
Does
Perhaps
the
you're right.
force does the force fail you or do you fail the force?
I was taught, as he puts his hands behind his back and looks into the distance, I was taught that the Force does not obey us. We guide it, it guides us. We do not always receive what we want, what most people call success or failure. We receive experiences and challenges that are fit for us. And sometimes it is not our place to understand these things, but only so that the seeds are planted so that we may understand when the time comes, that we are challenged appropriately in that moment. And then we choose between the light and the dark. And the Force already knows what we will choose. That is destiny. Because of that, and because of that great unknown between here and there, we sometimes must ask intelligent and difficult questions that have no direct answer, so that we may be better suited to face those challenges when they come.
As a
And they
soldier,
will.
failure is not a part of our vocabulary. We are not allowed to fail because failure means the death of our fellow brothers. So even
And
if it's your sacrifice, you must accomplish the mission. What a
well,
rebellion is. Sacrifice. Are you willing to lay your life down for another in the hopes that one day at the end of this road, there's a chance for freedom, a chance to be free of oppression?
I'll admit, Aiden, that I'm not fully ready to answer that. Idealistically and ideally, I'm all for the concept. Something must be done. But the question is not about this alliance to
You
restore the Republic. The question is whether I am fit to be a part of it in full faith in something that I don't fully understand,
he,
in
he
resources
laughs.
and their application that I do not know of.
He laughs. Gives a good chuckle. Just oh, for a Jedi, you're kind of blind. You already are a part of this.
Yes, the Force is leading us in this direction, and I'll continue to follow, but not
Were you
blindly.
not stationed on Terrace all that time? And you
Actually,
think it why do you think these people have come into your life? Why do you think you've left Terrace now? Why do you things just haven't been the same since that day?
no, they have
That's
not.
destiny.
I believe that is the case, yes, which is why I'm willing to meet this fulcrum and to determine whether this is my place or not. I am hopeful.
well, I've already decided that this will be my place since I have a voice that I need to speak for. And as for failure, you're a soldier and you're a Jedi. Me, I'm just a normal person. But if I fail in repairing a system on a droid, or if I mess up patching something up, then I just get myself back up, start over, do it over again.
There is a complication, and it is that the Jedi Order is no more. The Jedi concept still exists in some of us, but it's difficult for any of us to call ourselves Jedi when our role in the universe has been eliminated by the Empire. I can only be grateful that the light side of the Force still favors me and allows me to use this Force as a vehicle for goodness, for kindness, and, where necessary, to battle against the darkness.
You are an interesting one for a Jedi. Not like any of the ones I've ever met.
Because I never was a full Jedi, I never completed the trials of Ilum. This saber it has become mine, but was never issued to me by the Council, nor by any master.
And yet it's in your possession.
Yes, and the Force is with me. Not easily, but it is. And a powerful ally it is.
So, are you done loafing around my ship?
Yes, I think that we should meet our captain. The preparation should be ready,
Yeah,
so that we are
I've
ready to
done.
meet with Fulcrum, whoever they might be. I just
Yeah,
have my
I've already.
concerns as to the readiness of and the application of this alliance.
Well, maybe Fulcrum can answer your questions. But you'll do this one on your own. I'll remain here with the ship and crew.
But aren't you interested in the negotiation toward the
Mm,
alliance? You don't intend to keep the ship for
the
yourself, do you?
message was meant for you. So this
Yes, and
mission
it's
is
our
for
fault.
you.
We would like to retain your assistance. After all, we've worked together before, if only
I have
indirectly.
I have crew who are panicking, who are still mourning their losses here. I can't leave them behind.
I see.
Yeah.
I do understand. Then we will be your representatives and speak with the greatest of grace that we can muster in your stead.
He puts a hand back on your shoulder and says, "Be yourself. This
Well,
is important."
I know, but we can't afford that. We can't afford to be ourselves. We need to be something better. Otherwise, we'll repeat the worst lessons that the Empire has to teach us.
Jedi always making things unnecessarily complicated.
Such is the galaxy, my friend. Such is the galaxy.
He turns and he makes his way back toward the bridge.
All right, Junk, our captain is probably be impatient by now.
I mean, it's only been about 45 minutes.
Well, I'm at least glad that our captain is on board his beloved ship. I say we go meet him.
Right. Yeah, but both of y'all are looking good. She'll pat the droid cuz on the top of the head.
Sometimes I think you're better friends to droids than. It is a unique outlook, a unique talent.
I mean, it does help that because my sickly upbringing, I was more around droids than I were around people.
Was it a medical condition that prevented you from being around other organic beings? Was it a health risk?
Just, well, I don't know if it's a genetic thing or not. I just know that I was basically born with the weak lungs, weak immune system. But part of why I'm always wearing a mask. Sometimes the air just doesn't agree well with the lungs.
I grab a landing strut, start making my way up the ramp, boots clanging on the steps, on the sheet metal. So, and still, here you are, gallivanting about the galaxy, playing at being a hero.
Well, it didn't start that way. All I wanted to do was ride on different ships, listen to their engines, fix up droids where I can. Yeah, then the whole crash ending on Terrace, and then everything just went to shit after that.
About time. You guys ready to take off?
No, we were just talking about our pasts and how we can use them for the future.
Yeah,
I
let's play
assume
some
that we
Saga
are
in
ready?
hyperspace. Yeah, we're ready.
Then I'm as ready as I'm likely to be. Let's go meet this fulcrum.
I thought you were Lamb.
I'm not sure what you mean.
You could still hear the smile.
You'll never escape it.
He's gonna kill Reddy just to shut us up. Alright, taking off. Everybody strap in. I take a 10. We get off quietly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. I'm gonna let you just lift off
You're
on
learning.
This time.
that. This time, yes. This time it's important.
Yeah.
For a much better match.
I'm not gonna crash my ship on Tatooine again. That was crazy.
Take 10!
Just mech it. Alrighty. We can take a small break right here if y'all want. Or you're good to go, we can go.
Intermission. Hello, Kale.
Alright, let me shut down the recording. I was laying down.
This would be a good spot to take a break.
Is it?
Yes.
There we go. There's the microphone.
Oh my god, it's a
Yes.
person.